There's a way to showcase your results like client success stories and credibility that makes people want to work with you without ever sounding like you're bragging or pushing a sales pitch. In fact, there are actually 3 psychological techniques that the top experts are using to naturally weave in social proof throughout their content so that it feels more helpful rather than promotional. And I'm about to show you what these 3 techniques are. Now, the problem that most service providers face is this. They know they need to show social proof to build trust, but every time they try to do it, it comes off awkward, self-promotion that actually repels clients. Sound familiar? They even avoid mentioning their results altogether and miss opportunities to build credibility, and they sound like they're reading testimonials from a sales page. But the experts who consistently attract high-quality clients, they have figured out how to make social proof feel like it's a natural part of their teaching. If you're new here, my name is Ariel Martinez with MVP Media, and for over a decade, we've helped businesses create content that doesn't just look professional, it actually turns viewers into paying clients. Now, before I show you these 3 social proofing techniques, I need to address why most attempts at showcasing results backfire and can actually hurt your credibility. So in this video, you'll discover the storytelling method that lets you share impressive results without sounding like you're bragging, the data technique that builds credibility while teaching valuable lessons, and the casual mention strategy that plants social seeds throughout your content naturally. So here's what most people get wrong about the social proof in their own content. They think that it needs to be formal, it needs to be obvious, and that it needs to be separated from their teaching. But the most effective social proof works like putting seasoning on a great dish. You taste the improvement that it makes, but you're not consciously aware that it's there. That's the best way we can put it. Think about how the best doctors build confidence. They don't start appointments by listing their credentials or reading patient testimonials. Instead, they casually mention relevant cases while explaining their treatment. They'll say something like, "I've seen this condition in about 200 patients over the years, and here's what typically works best." You see, that's social proof, but it feels like expertise sharing, not self-promotion. So according to a Stanford research, when a social proof serves for learning rather than your marketing goals, that's when your audience of potential customers, they let their guard down and they stop resisting when being sold to. The resistance just basically disappears. So technique number 1, the story integration method. This first technique transforms client success stories from promotional content into teaching examples. Here's an example of this. Instead of, "I helped a client increase their revenue by 40% last quarter," which can sound very much like you're bragging, you might want to try something like this. "I want to show you what happens when you implement this pricing strategy correctly. I worked with a consulting firm that was undercharging by about 30%. When they restructured their packages using this framework, their revenue jumped 40% in 3 months. Here's the exact process that they follow." And then yada, 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 you continue on. You see the difference? The social proof becomes the vehicle for your teaching, not your separate sales message. You're using their success to illustrate your point, which makes it feel educational rather than promotional. The key is to position yourself as the guide who helped them succeed, not the hero of the story. You see, this technique is actually based on a Stanford research on narrative persuasion, which shows that people connect more with stories that they can see themselves as the protagonist overcoming challenges with expert guidance. According to the findings of this research, stories are up to 22 times more memorable than statistics alone and can create deeper emotional connections that enhance persuasion. Technique number 2, the data drop technique. Now, this approach uses numbers and statistics to build credibility while providing genuine value. You're sharing insights that could only come from real experience, but you're presenting them as useful information rather than credentials. So here's what this sounds like. In my experience, working with over 100 service providers, the ones who send thoughtful follow-up content after discovery calls are significantly more likely to close the deal. But here's what most people get wrong about that follow-up, and then you go on to continue with your plan. Or another example of this might sound something like this. I've analyzed content performance of dozens of YouTube channels in the B2B space, and videos that use this hook format typically see 40% higher retention in the first 30 seconds. Let me show you why, etc., etc. and you continue on with your plan. So according to research on social proof psychology, this technique works because you're tapping into what psychologists call informational influence. So people use others as a source of accurate information, especially when dealing with uncertainty. The study shows that testimonials on landing pages can increase conversions by up to 34%. But the key is that you're not saying, look how many clients I have, or see how smart I am with the data. You're sharing valuable insight that happen to demonstrate your experience and credibility. The social proof is embedded in the value that you're providing. Technique number 3, the casual mention strategy. See, this final technique is the most subtle, but often the most powerful. You drop social proof organically into your content when it's relevant to the point that you're making, almost as an afterthought. So for instance, this reminds me of something that happened in a client call yesterday. They were making that exact same mistake with their email subject lines, etc., etc. Or here's another example. I just got off a strategy session where we solved this exact same problem using a simple framework that I'm actually going to share with you now. You see, the power here is in the casualness of the statement. Casual offhand mentions of others' positive behaviors or opinions work as social proof because they signal to your potential client that people like them already approve of you, which reduces uncertainty and increases perceived credibility in a low pressure, believable way. And by the way, all of this is backed up according to research from Arizona State University on the psychology of persuasion. You can also use the same technique with specific industries or situations. So for example, this comes up a lot with attorneys that I work with. Or I see this pattern consistently with 7-figure business owners. See, you could just casually build credibility by showing the depth of your experience without being pushy about it. Based on research on marketing resistant psychology, this technique works because casual mentions feel more credible than overt persuasion. The study shows that aggressive sales tactics trigger psychological reaction, where people resist coercive messaging in an effort to restore their sense of freedom, often rejecting even suitable products. However, if you use the technique of casual mentions, the message feels more organic and non-manipulative, avoiding this resistance entirely. Now, the key with all 3 techniques is timing and context. You see, social proof works best when it serves the viewer's learning goals, not your marketing goals. So therefore, how information is presented, whether it's framed as educational content versus promotional content, significantly alters perception and decision-making, even when the underlying facts are identical. When people feel like they're getting valuable insights that happen to demonstrate your expertise, they don't resist, they actually appreciate it. And speaking of not being pushy, there's an actual art to ending your videos that can double or even triple your conversion rates without ever asking for the sales directly. It's called the soft CTA, or call to action. And it's the difference between viewers who watch and leave versus viewers who take action. So click right here where I'll show you the exact psychology behind ending your videos to maximize conversions and why the traditional subscribe and hit the bell approach is actually costing you potential clients.